Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
They're one of the most iconic hit-making duos in music history. For nearly 4 decades, the hip-hop hooks and sexy grooves of producer, songwriters Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have influenced pop culture and shaped the soundtracks of our lives.
You sing it!
Composing and producing cuts for a who's who of superstars, including Janet Jackson, Patti LaBelle, Elton John, Mariah, Usher, and many, many more. Decade after decade, hit after hit, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have earned both commercial success and critical acclaim, collecting 5 Grammys, over 100 platinum albums, and 16 Billboard #1s. Now, the music industry legends are stepping in front of the mic for the very first time with their new single, He Don't Know Nothing About It. And they've collaborated and performed with none other than Grammy award-winning producer and songwriter, Babyface.
Can I tell you my heart is racing? That's my playlist. These men created what is cool, or at least what I think is cool in my life. Please welcome the one and only, the legendary Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. First of all, I just have to thank both of you, not just for coming on this show, but for forever providing music for me to listen to. There is not a moment in my life that I cannot point to that's linked to songs that were written by you. Every song. Jimmy, it's just been incredible, I'm sure, for you.
It's been a great time, and, you know, we've had a great time doing it. It's been a great journey. And, you know, what we love is just the connections that music has made for us. It's kind of taken us around the world. It's put us in touch with people that we would normally not be in touch with. And it's the great thing about music. It's the great uniter, for sure.
You two are the epitome of cool. I mean, it's not just the hats, not just the sunglasses. I mean, you just ooze cool. And you are in, Terry, such rarefied air. When you think about writer-producers who we know by a single name or whose names we know at all, it's Quincy Jones, Burt Bacharach, Jimmy and Terry. That's the list. Could you have ever imagined that you'd be on that list?
Well, I never thought about it like that, Tamron. I tell you, I just love the music, and I always say that, you know, I just enjoy the process. I enjoy doing what I do, and I guess if there's a destination at some point, I hope I never arrive there, because the journey is the most important thing for me.
And the journey has been quite an interesting one. Jimmy, I want to go back to the beginning, since Terry brought up the journey. You started out opening for Prince with your band, Flight Time, and Prince, surprise, surprise, fired you. I say surprise, surprise, because he's fired everybody at some point in time. Why did he fire you?
Terry likes to say that he didn't fire us. What he did was freed us. And that's a good way to look at it. Yeah. I think there was a sense that back in the day, he didn't want us to produce other groups. And we actually produced the SOS band.
Yeah.
And it was a song called Just Be Good to Me. And literally the same night that we were supposed to mix the SOS band, we had gotten called to the studio by Prince we thought to work on the Next Time album. And that moment, he fired us. And we kind of said, well, what are we going to do now? And we said, well, I guess we'll go mix the SOS band record. That record ended up being a #1 record for us and kind of started our production career. So it was kind of like he pushed us out the nest, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he knew we were going to fly. And he was very proud of us for that.
Well,
and
you know,
so that's a better way to look at it.
It is, and it's so beautiful, and it's okay. I've been fired, too, and I was able to fly as well. So, you know, that's sometimes the best thing that can happen for you. Terry, it eventually not only led you to the SOS project, you then end up in this incredible moment in time in music when Janet Jackson, since Jimmy said spreading wings, she was ready to spread her wings and fly. And together with Janet, 35 years ago, we got control. She got control, and we got control as the gift of music. What was that like when you knew that a young Janet Jackson was ready finally to not live under the shadow of her talented family, under her brother, and she needed your help?
So we got her to come to Minneapolis, and it was probably the first time she ever came or went anywhere where she was just totally independent. There were no bodyguards. I guess we were bodyguards. And we just hung out every day for like a week and a half. And we didn't even start the writing process. We just got to know her. And in doing that, I guess we were writing. And the result of that is the Control album.
I love it. The humility that just oozes from you is why people just, I think people just want to know the secret to the success that you've had, Terry. But there's one pressing question I have to get off my chest. How many pairs of sunglasses, how many hats, and how many black suits do you own? That's what I want to know.
Lots of black hats, lots of sunglasses, and everything is black. You never have to make a decision.
Never have to. Oh, so you keep it all black so you don't have to make it. That certainly beats the ruffled purple blouses. That had to be hard to keep up, that many blouses for Prince. When you look at the up-and-coming music scene, Jimmy and Terry, and both of you have evolved and stayed so relevant. Are there any artists out there that you just love right now that you'd want to work with, Terry, that have your eye that you think, okay, we could do something with that?
Well, we absolutely love all musicians. That's the kindred spirit.
Yeah.
But the musician that we gravitate towards right now is her. We just absolutely adore her.
Yes.
She's an amazing artist, just in every way. She loves the music just as we do, and we just feel so humbled by her humbleness, and she's just a great person.
She is. She's mesmerizing. She's absolutely mesmerizing. The minute you see her perform in this world of people who copy, and you know that your style, people have tried to duplicate, replicate, but when it is so original, they can't do that. Jimmy, I'm curious with you. You have, as I said, collaborated with so many others, and now you have this new song with the one and only Babyface. What took you guys so long to, I guess, evolve to this point where you wanted to be behind the mic?
3 years ago, when we were being honored at the Songwriters Hall of Fame, we got inducted. It was the same year that Babyface got inducted. And we started talking about, when people said, what haven't you done yet that you want to do? We said, well, we still never got around to doing that album. And when we started putting a wish list together, Babyface was at the top of it. So it was just, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be. I can't wait to see what's next. I cannot wait for this very special performance. Congratulations on everything. And again, as a music lover, thank you both for what you have brought to all of our lives. The world is better when you can put on a hit, a Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tamron.